Lila, you know the dimensions of this piece of paper?
Yeah.
What are they?
11 by 8.5.
Okay. What I want you to do now is to cut a hole big enough for you to walk through in this piece of paper.
You can't do that. That's impossible. Cutting a hole in this piece of paper?
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that.
Okay, before you leave today, I think we will have a hole in a piece of paper this big enough for you to jump through.
Jump through?
Yes.
No way.
All right. First of all, just cut the biggest hole you can in this piece of paper.
Okay.
That's as big as you can make it?
Well, except for the corners.
Yeah, you could make it just a little bit bigger. Not certainly big enough for you to jump through.
No.
Okay, now, why do you think that you're having problem trying to solve this little puzzle? Here's why. Remember I said in the beginning, how big is this piece of paper?
Yeah.
That was to make you think of the dimensions of the paper. So that when I said you want to cut a hole big enough to jump through, your mind said, well, the dimensions of the paper are 8.5 by 11, therefore the hole can't be any bigger.
Yeah. That's right.
Not right. Not
No?
right. You have to make the hole bigger than that, obviously. Okay. That's one thing. Look at all the paper you wasted.
Well, you can't use that to make a hole.
Well, you'll have to somehow figure it out so that you can take all of the center part and make it a part of the ridge around the edge. Okay? Third thing. When I said hole, did you think of something sort of round? You could have cut something kind of round.
Round.
Okay, but a buttonhole is a hole. How would you describe a buttonhole?
Slit.
A slit. Okay. So that's what you have to do. Get your mind thinking away from this dimension of the paper, okay? Somehow get all of the paper as part of the edge around the hole and cut a series of slits. And here's what you do. Each of these black lines is a cut, including that one down there at the fold. See, that's where I folded the paper like that. Put your finger down here and trace what happens.
It's one continuous line.
Yes. And if you cut both sides out at once, you're going to have one continuous line all the way around.
Yeah.
So that's what you do. Okay, cut a series of slits. Take the scissors and first cut like that. Okay. Now cut the other side over here. Try not to cut my finger, please. Now cut the fold. Okay, now, see these two lines here?
Yeah.
Okay, cut those. Okay. I'll turn the paper around. You cut 3 more. 1, 2, 3.
Sorry.
Okay, now open it up.
That's a big hole.
Yeah, certainly big enough to put around you,
Yeah.
but not big enough to jump through. Here, you want to pick it up, please? See, what you have to do, Lala, when you want to make a hole big enough to jump through, is the same idea as that you just now, cut it into a series of slits like that, but make the spaces between the slits smaller. Very, very small. The smaller you make them, the bigger the hole. In fact, here, look. I have one that I cut out exactly like you did, but I made the slits that close together. And watch the size of this hole. Would you come with me, please? Stand out there, turn around. I have put a couple of tacks on the door, and I can put one side over there, one side over here. Are you ready? Jump through my piece of paper.